All right, team, we are back in Miami, coming off back-to-back 60-mile weeks. We are in taper time. Fumbled the phone. We are in taper time right now, 11 days out from race day. Feeling a little nervous, feeling a little, I guess my confidence level was a little shaken over the last few weeks, just given my long runs I just haven't been able to perform on. I've been doing like 6-mile or 10 miles at like 90 seconds off marathon pace, which is 8 minutes per mile, and then a 6-mile block of marathon goal pace miles, which for me is 6:29 minute miles. And 4 weeks ago, I was up in Canada. The weather was great. I had a lot more energy, I feel, and I crushed it. I nailed it. I knocked it out of the park. I felt really confident. I started picking up some mileage just because I felt like it was the right thing to do. I wanted to make sure I was running enough, and most of it was zone 2 stuff, but I think it came around to bite me later in the block with just overtraining perhaps. I did want to say I'm really close to 100 subscribers. I still have this Garmin Venue. It's a replacement I got from them. It hasn't been open. I want to give it away to one of my subscribers. So once I hit 100, if you subscribe, comment on this video, I'm happy to enter you into a little raffle thing. I'm sure there's something online that I can do for that. So that's here. But going back to it, so the last 3 long runs, I just haven't been able to hit that marathon goal pace. I've been able to do 3 or 4 or 5 and just kind of knock out. Granted, the weather's really hot down here in Miami. It was even hot up in Montreal. There was a couple runs where I got a late start and I was at 80 degrees by the end. Chicago's looking like a 55 to 65 degree day. I'm hoping that the majority of my race is in the 50s. Chicago, similar to Boston where I grew up, it's one of those cities that it's very bipolar. They could say that it could be freaking 75. It could be hopefully 45. But overall, I think my confidence level has deteriorated a little bit since over the last month. I'm nailing my track workouts. I've had phenomenal tempo runs. I actually PR'd a 10K on a tempo run a few weeks ago in Canada. It's just being able to put together that tempo run in the late innings of a long run has been a struggle. Everyone says you can play the dew point temperature game, and you can play the charts where it's like technically running a 6:30 in Miami is like running a 6:15 in Chicago, or running a 7-minute mile in Miami at 90 degrees with an 80% dew point is similar to running a 6:30 minute mile. I mean, you can play those games, but the reality is like, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to train towards my goal, and it worked out in Eugene. But we'll see. I mean, I've done these videos. I think it's kind of like the taper crazies, where you just go in your head. It's like, can I do it? Can I not do it? Am I going to go for 250? Am I going to go for 254? Am I going to be happy with a 257 if I blow up? I don't see a world in which I do worse than Eugene. The only way that could happen is if midway through the race I just overcook, and it's to the point where I'm like, I overtrained. That's the only answer I would have for this, because I'm a very competitive racer. I feel like I get a lot more out of myself with the crowd. I get more out of myself with it being race day. I'm super competitive even in long run training. But this long run, it's been a very different block than Eugene. Eugene was with the team. I didn't really leave Miami besides one time. This block's been a lot bumpier, a lot more travel, weddings, bachelor parties, seeing Sandra up in Montreal. It's just been a lot. So, but I'm feeling excited. I go back and forth. I love racing. It's being my second world major, and I'm excited to see my family out there. I think there's gonna be a ton of cool people. There's a couple people I've raced with in Eugene that are going to be there as well, so it'll be fun to meet up with them. It seems like the running community continues to grow, and there's a lot of people from Miami that are running Chicago as well, including my friend TJ. I did want to mention the guys at On, they were nice enough to give me this singlet, which I will not be wearing on race day, but I also wanted to thank Nutre Meals, which you can see a link in my bio. They've been able to give me all of my nutrition, 10 meals a week for the last 10 weeks or so. It's super convenient. I throw it 2 minutes in the microwave, lunch and dinner, lunch and dinner, lunch and dinner. You can freeze them if you're gone. We've been able to get with them. They've gotten us a few pieces of gear to wear for the race, so I'm picking that up later this week. But as far as what I'm hearing from Chicago, it's a busy race. It's a world major. There's a lot of freaking people at the corrals. I'm trying to change my corral from C to B. I underestimated myself. That was pre-Eugene when I signed up. So I thought I was going to be a 3 to 315, and now I'm probably closer to a 250. So I underestimated myself. It cost me. I'm going to have to go to the events table and try to change my corral to B, to be with my friends, who I'm hoping to run part of the race with. Like I said, I've heard that it's flat, it's fast course. I'm ready to get aggressive. Hopefully the weather permits. I've heard that the GPS gets really spotty because there's a lot of high rises really close together. I've watched some videos where people are doing like manual laps on their Garmin every mile or every kilo, which will be really fucking annoying, to be honest. But if that's what I have to do, that's what I'll have to do. Gone over a little bit of race strategy with my coach, and originally I was training to a 254, or he wanted me to train to a 254. The stubborn, competitive person that I am, I was training to a 250 the whole block, and I put on some extra mileage. So I think 254 to 250 is extremely doable. I think that I would be happy with the 257, 258. Any sort of PR, I think I could just kind of tip my cap and move on to 2025. But I am competitive. I want to be faster. I want to parlay this race, a good PR, into maybe some PRs of a half marathon, which I have Miami slotted in January 2025, and maybe some 5K, 10Ks locally. But overall, that's kind of the scoop. That's the update with what's going on as of right now. Like I said, if you subscribe, I'm at 6, I think I'm at 94 subs. If I get 6 more subs, I'm giving this away. Like, it's been in my drawer. I want somebody to use this. I have a charger with it. I'll mail it to you. I'm happy to do so. So subscribe, like the video, send me a comment. I'll enter you into the little raffle thing once I hit 100 subs. But that's the scoop. We're like 10 days out, October 13th, 11 days out. And I'll continue. I think I'm gonna put probably one more like specific race strategy video. But we got tempo tomorrow, 14-mile taper long run. The carbon fiber donkeys are coming out. The same shoes I ran in Eugene. Haven't worn those since Eugene. So I'm excited to feel spicy, and that's what we got for you.